I woke up with the sniffles, so I called Dr. Kayla Brady. And she's here. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's weekly recap of the hit NBC soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Mark J. Freeman, and I am joined today by a fabulous room full of beautiful people.
Thank you.
Starting with the lovely and vivacious Mary Beth Evans, to my left.
Thank you for having me. Very excited.
And on the other side of the table, we have these two clowns,
The
you know.
other side of the table. The other side of the table.
Introduce yourselves, please.
Hey everyone, Tami here.
Hey, and it's the Michael Mattis.
Like the Ohio State University.
Like the Ohio State.
Michael Mattis. I get you.
I think I'm
get
changing my name. I'm going to do something cool.
The Mary Beth
The
Evans.
Mabu.
Mabu. My new name, Mabu.
Mabu. All right, guys, we are going to be recapping the week of March 12th of Days of Our Lives. We always ask at the beginning of the show what we thought of the week. So, Michael and
I'm
Tami,
curious to
what
know.
did you tell it to her face?
Yeah,
Tell
right.
Mary Beth what you thought of this week.
So
she can take it back to
honestly-
the powers that be.
Put it in my pocket. That was my pocket if you didn't.
So we get responses from fans. You know, they have comments about the show, and for a while now, people have been saying, you know, I've been watching the show for 50 years, for day one, 54 years, and what they're missing is the relationship stories. You know, it's all great to have kidnappings and spies and this sort of thing, but there are times where it's like, you know, we just want the focus to be on the relationship. And Monday and Tuesdays episodes, the epicenter, you and Steve, the epicenter, it was just about your relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and then Justin and it was just about, for 2 days,
Yeah.
it was just about relationships. And I thought, this is why the show's been on for,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Right.
this
Yeah.
is why people have been tuning in generation after generation.
Right.
So,
And I think that's why people are coming back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Michael, what did you think of this week?
You know, I thought it was a lot like last week when it. No, not in a bad way.
It's always going to be the same people, just so you know.
really.
Just a little update.
Really. No, it started.
She's
out,
coming back next week, too.
Well, no, it started out with a bang, so to speak, with
Yeah.
with Eve and Brady and their big wedding blow up, and that was phenomenal. And it was similar to last week in that last week started big and ended big, and then it didn't really end big this week, but it was a solid week. I
Yeah,
thought it was a good
it
week.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I felt like there were two, like I said, I agree with you, Tami, that the beginning was like what we were talking about before we were on air, like just the days that you know,
Right.
and then I felt like it was like two halves, and then the second half was like, let's get into the Abigail, let's get into the
Right.
murder. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I kind of felt like it was a little separated, but I did enjoy it. And I actually, when I went to do the outline, you know, had to go back and kind of fast forward just so I didn't forget things. And I actually was like, oh, that's right. Because so much of the murder stuff happened the last 3 days that
Right.
you just have the most recent stuff in your head. So I was glad I went back and I rewatched, and it was delightful.
So do
It
you
was so sweet.
do you like it to be this sort of half and half thing? Do you like?
I don't
having-
mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I actually really, and again, I think what we said before you guys joined us was that we like seeing the moment, which we'll talk about in a little bit, when you and Steve and Adrian and Justin were all together and just sitting and talking and just being, you know, and was hanging out with Billy Flynn the other day, and we had a conversation.
He's cute.
Yeah, it's a doll
Those
baby.
blue eyes. What are you gonna do?
I'm-
Right?
And he always wears the perfect blue to just
Right.
compliment those eyes.
Everything you do is perfection, Billy. No, but we were talking about like how much he really enjoys his scenes with Marcy when it's just
The two of
them
them,
and just
yeah.
having and those are, I think that's what we appreciate. Don't get us wrong, we will take Marlena levitating over a bed any day of the
Absolutely.
week. But when it comes back to that, and
Yeah.
when I love when I'm sitting and watching, and somebody will say something that I forgot about.
Yeah.
Like when we, this was recent, was when the week opened with Stefan reading the book that Kimberly wrote. And I was just like,
I love when they do that too.
you
When they
Yes.
bring the
go, Dave.
history.
Yeah.
That was that moment where I was like, these are the moments, I have my issues. We all have.
Yeah.
Certain people, certain characters, but those are the moments where I'm just like, this is why I've been,
Yeah,
this is why I've been
exactly.
sticking around.
I often think that even the way soap started, where it was just a tea and
Yes.
talking,
Yeah.
that's kind of the core of it.
Absolutely.
And that relationships are the core. And I think for viewers too, there's so much going on in your life that maybe a lot of that action is a little much. Like
Yes.
balance, I think, is important.
Yeah.
And I know for Steve and myself, we really love playing the connected stories where we can just sit and talk with each other and be connected. And sometimes it's written where when we read it and we learn it, we think, oh my gosh, well, I don't know what,
Yeah.
But when we just connect with each other, I think that they sing, and we give it our all 100% every time, the two
And
of
we
us.
notice.
Absolutely,
Just so
yeah.
you know,
Oh,
we
yeah.
are noticing for sure. All right, so before we get into the week, just want to remind you guys to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Dishin Days. Twitter's _Dishin Days, whatever. That's my fault. I'll take the hit. And then make sure you're watching GH Report and Restless Rap and Bold Breakdown when they do it.
When we do it.
Yeah. When they do it. All right, and now it is time to start Dishin Days. And Mary Beth, you get the pleasure of flipping the hourglass as we do the show. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow, there's some good names on this. I think I signed
Yeah,
it.
you did. Yeah, I was thinking that as I
I've been
pulled it
here.
out. I was like, I think she signed it.
I think I did it.
All right, so let's start the week. I did some strategic planning. I actually started with Abigail and Stefan because
Oh my goodness.
it does get into you later, and then it'll lead us into you and Steven. Do you see how I worked that lineup, bitches? All right, so we'll start with the Abigail. It started with the dream.
Yes.
Which was the teaser from
so
last week
fantastic.
of Abigail and Andre turning around, and we were all like, "Is he alive?" But in typical Days fashion, it was a dream.
Yeah.
Like
And
when
it
I
was
wake up and I'm like,
perfect.
"Billy," and it's not him.
It was
that's
so
my
good.
pug.
It was so good to see Teo back on the campus
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
We just had to tweet something about that and say how much we missed him, and
Yeah.
we'll take him in the nightmares. We'll take him any way we can.
Yeah.
So, and it's just so good. Their chemistry is so good
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, and I loved. I mean, the dream wasn't that vital to the week, but the one thing I wanted to point out was when he tells Abigail to go get his coffee, and she walks over to the urn and saying, "There's no,
lot of people make that
no,
mistake.
that's an urn." It's a common mistake or something like that. I was laughing. I was like, at least they get it. Like, we know it looks like a martini shaker.
Right.
Or a thermos.
True. A big one.
Yeah,
It's big.
yeah. But that being said, so she had the dream, and she's starting to realize she's missing time.
Right.
And then it cut to Stefan and Vivian, who I just Louise Sorel, you complete me.
I know.
And she just walk in and
amazing.
just
Right.
look, and I just
amazing.
Oh my
I melt.
gosh.
But I love they had a little interaction, and Stefan's like doing his research, like he's figuring
You
out.
guys
like,
love him?
Oh.
Yeah, he's good.
I do like. I
Hands
don't know if I
down.
love. I love's a strong word.
Well, okay, let's go for the person. I think he's a great actor.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
I've heard that too.
Fellow
I've heard that
Ohio-
too.
Ohioan,
great- yeah.
by the way.
What'd you say?
Oh, is he in Ohio?
Fellow Ohioan. I think
Oh.
he grew up in Delaware.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
Maybe I like
had
him
a
more
little
now.
affair with him on General Hospital.
That's
Oh, yeah.
right.
That was it.
Yeah. I think he was about 20, and
Yeah.
I felt super old. I said, "You call me mommy." And I think I was like 32 or something. I don't know what, but
No, I
anyway,
like
he's
him.
a doll. He's a sweet
I
guy.
like him. I feel like he's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
The actor and the character just coming in, being new,
And
having
being in
to
the
be
middle of that
established.
set, that like Abigail and Chad are such a beloved
Beloved-
couple, and
yeah.
he's coming in
It's
and
just-
trying to
I
break that
feel
up
like
and-
they kind of set him up for
Yeah.
not a good
I think
situation.
he ends up. I think he does great.
Oh,
He's,
good,
oh no,
good.
he's handling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And he-
handles
and
it.
the
He's so
response has been
professional.
great.
And he
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
he fits the role of being Stefano's son, I think, very well.
I know when we saw the script and it said, Stefan, oh,
Yeah.
and even Stefan.
Yeah.
It's just all of us were calling him the wrong name forever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're set now. We're good, but
Yeah.
it took us a while.
So him and Vivian had this, like, he was kind of catching Vivian up on what's going on. And then Abigail is, like I said, was trying to figure out, and then she leaves to go see Dr. Kayla
Yes.
Johnson, because she's starting to realize. But
Realize
I
something.
think what I think is interesting with this is that Stefan is starting to know how to manipulate the
Yeah.
personality.
Yes.
And I think that that's a lot of the reason why he's always seen with the book and like doing his research. And now he's like, nope, go get her.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk to her.
It's-
Now I want you to do this. And so he's kind of leading the charge. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like the she said it all started when he snatched the wig off last week. He snatched the wig off, and then the Gabby personality realized she was not actually a person.
Right.
She was an alter.
Right.
That's traumatic.
Yeah.
It's
And
funny
so-
when I had one of my first scenes with her about this, and it said alter, and I thought it was supposed to say like alter ego or
Right.
And I'm like, should I put that? And they're like, no, that's what they're called, alters. So, I didn't study that part in medical school. I missed it. That's from Marlena. You know,
Right.
she's the psychiatrist.
That's
She's the
right.
head doc.
Yeah.
Right, right.
I just do all the other things like. I'm sorry.
Everything else.
You know, I'm not sure they're gonna make it. It was touch and go. It was touch and go.
And that silent pause.
Right, right,
I am the queen of that. I'm just walking in bloodied.
right, right.
You know.
So when then Chad and Abigail come down, and Chad leaves to the office, and Stefan says, "You know, I'm not coming in till later." So then
Right.
Chad sees this as an opportunity
With the letter opener.
to jimmy the
Take it
drawer,
off.
and he finds Andre's phone.
Right.
Who finds the phone? I'm
Chad.
learning so much
Chad,
here.
Chad finds this is good because
no, I
now we
like
know
it.
that the people that are listening, they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chad finds a phone. Kate walks in, and they're trying to figure out what to do. That he ends up calling Lonnie,
Right.
who comes to the house, and they try to search Stefan's room, which is a close call because we think that
You think that he's gonna catch the
Gabigail.
with Gabigail,
Right,
yeah.
inside.
is in-
right.
as we
Yeah.
call her.
Gabby
Gabigail.
It
with
gets,
a Y.
it gets confusing if we call her Gabby.
Gabby, right.
But it's Gabby. Yeah.
Right.
But Gabby with
In the
a Y.
script you
I mean,
can
I don't
tell.
know what. I don't know. You can.
No, on
Again, I don't know.
on
I'm thinking, I don't know why.
On NBC's website, when they have the photos, I noticed this today. They show a picture of Abby as Gabby, and they spell it Gabby.
Right.
Yeah.
But when it's a picture of Camilla,
G-A-B-I.
it's Gab. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we
On
say
paper,
it.
on paper, it's very different.
Right.
To the
Exactly,
ears,
exactly.
it's not. Yeah. So, and then Stefan ends up kind of explaining the phone in that.
They found it in the security found it in the
I
kitchen the day
was
before.
shocked that he talked himself out of that.
I know.
I thought, okay, they've got him. They found the phone.
Yeah.
They've got him. He's going to get arrested. But he's so suave.
Yeah.
He just talked himself out of that.
You know, sometimes too, when they do those kind of things, it's like real far-fetched, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay."
Okay.
I'm like, girl, no, that is not a good reason. But I actually was kind of like, "Okay, I'll let that go. I'll let that go."
And I had to be reminded of why Stefan took the phone.
Right.
I had to be, and they did. They showed the flashback with the voicemail.
because he left him a voicemail
Yeah.
that he was going to kill him. Or
But
something.
he deleted the conversation.
Yeah.
So is it
Oh, did
really?
he delete it?
He deleted the
Oh, I don't
conversation.
remember.
And you
or the
don't
message.
never think gets deleted anymore. Don't ever
No.
forget
Oh,
that,
that's
Tam.
right. Everything's out there.
Don't
I'm
forget
not
it.
up to date. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, so that kind of, and then when that's all happening is when Gabigail, or actually Abby, goes to Kayla,
Right.
Because she wants to figure out what's going on,
That
and
was such a good scene.
Yeah.
She was so emotional and
She's
upset.
so good.
Oh
She's
my
great. I
gosh.
love her.
I
So
love
subtle. She's so subtle. I love
subtle,
it.
and I even this is gonna sound weird, but even her transitions into her alters
Are good.
is subtle.
Yeah.
It's not, even though it's a big and it's a headache and stuff, it's not like
It's very
over the
seamless.
top.
I think she's
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah, I just love watching her.
Mm-hmm.
And you do, as soon as it's like, and I feel like now that we've seen all the personalities now, when she looks up, I feel like I know which
You know
one
which
it
one
is,
she is,
just
yeah.
by the
Yes.
way she's looking.
Yeah.
I can tell. So I kind of
that
knew it
great?
was, yeah, I think that's
wonderful.
fantastic. I will point this out because I don't remember who was it tweeted. I think it was, I'm drawing a blank on her name now, one of our fans, but I thought this was funny, and since you're here, I'll share this on Twitter. She said, Why did Kayla have a hair tie on her desk? She's got short hair. And at first I was like, what is she talking about? But when I was rewatching to do the notes, I was like,
see that.
oh, that's what she is talking about. I just thought that was funny.
I must have picked it up off the floor from another patient.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. But they notice. These guys notice in the chat room. So, so then we see.
Did they have me playing with it or something ahead of time? There was
I don't
something.
think so. I think they just showed it on the desk
Yeah.
with you see your
Right.
glasses and then the hair tie, and then she picks up the hair tie.
Right, all very
and puts
specific.
it all up.
Right.
So when you leave to go check on the test, not you, Kayla.
Yes.
I get it. They're
I
two
get it.
different people. Someone's gonna tweet
I was
me.
following you about me.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it seemed like me. Yes.
Well, they're gonna tweet me and go, you know that's not really Kayla. Yeah, I get it.
oh man, tough crowd.
It is.
fans,
It's
they're
tough.
tough.
It's tough. I said I do this,
Like
and then
an
I go do
understatement.
Drag Race, and I've got like
Oh God.
the fan. I'm like, God, I can't win. Between daytime drama and drag queens, I'm done. This is why I drink. So you go to check on the test, and that's when Dr. Laura pops in, and then she goes back and has
I'm the only doctor here.
Yes.
That was a great moment.
That was a great
That
line,
was a
too.
great
I know. I think
moment.
she's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's so good.
And then she goes back to the house and has a conversation with Stefan. Sorry, I really have to focus on
telling
these
you.
two because I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, which girl am I talking about here?
Yeah.
So she has the conversation with Stefan in the bedroom. He tells Dr. Laura he wants to talk to Gabigail, which she does.
Gabby Y.
And then I like how he now says to Gabigail, I'll hold the hair. You go be Abby.
Right.
He's like, you can do this. I just thought that was really cool how they're all kind of intermingling.
Yeah, yeah. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be a roller coaster now because
Yeah.
now there's no wig.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as a viewer, it's going to be one of those.
Well, and again,
Who is she now?
You know,
Yeah.
to credit Marcy, like you could tell, like just very subtle
Subtly.
change in her behavior.
The way she
when
walks, the way she holds herself. I
Yeah.
feel like Dr. Laura, her posture goes up. She's a
Yeah.
little more, Gabby's a little more. Like even when she left the room with you and Jennifer, which the way she walked out, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so Gabby.
Yeah.
It wasn't Abigail. Like it wasn't Abigail leaving. The way she hugged you guys and walked, it was just, you could tell it was a different.
Have you had her on?
She's been once.
Yeah.
Twice, because she was once when I wasn't here and once when I was
She's
here.
a doll, isn't
Yeah.
she? She's a doll.
I love her.
Yeah.
So then it ended with Stefan saying he wants to go out of town and take her along with him. That was the cliffhanger.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And the
So-
little baby, the boy, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
where do
yeah.
you think this is going to go, Tami and Michael?
I mean,
Tell
I
me.
kind of know from what I've read. I don't know how much you want me
Why
to go
is he
into.
taking her out of town?
See, well,
He's
that's
taking. Who's he taking out of town? Gabby.
Well, I know, why is he
I
suddenly
think in
like-
his head he's taking Gabby.
And
I
but
see.
Gabby's not going anywhere because she's made it clear she's not letting Dr. Laura back in. She's not letting Abby back in. She's here to stay.
Well, then that's
right?
perfect. He can take her on vacation. She's going to need some
Well,
more.
I think that it's gonna be Gabby.
Right.
Gabby with a Y.
Gabigail.
Gabigail. Until once they get to Hong Kong, something's gonna happen.
They're going to
and-
Hong Kong.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah, they
No,
didn't say.
I think once they get there, that Abby's gonna come out,
Oh, okay.
and then she's not gonna know
Oh,
why
I
she's
didn't
there.
even think about that. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but if Dr. Laura's in charge, maybe she won't
Right.
let her out.
No, she can't let Abby out. She'll have a breakdown. She wakes up in Hong Kong. She doesn't know how she got there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
gosh,
no, maybe
that's gonna be good.
she'll come out as.
She's going to need you when she gets
Oh
back.
my God.
Yeah.
I need
I'm
you.
gonna need you after talking about this.
I've been really busy in my office. I didn't know all this was going on the side. Like I'm learning so much.
So that was.
You guys really know detail.
It's-
I'm
what
well,
I
having time.
that's why I have to write it all
Okay,
down.
so I
because-
do hope for my own sake and being able to follow it that they don't go much further with the different personalities.
Not too many
and,
more.
Oh, like
and
So
don't make it
complicated, yeah.
too overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Because then for me as a viewer, if it gets
And for Marcy.
too complicated and I can't follow it,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, I'll.
I mean, I don't think I don't know. I'm not saying this because I know anything. I don't think
There
there's
are
another
more, yeah.
another personality that's coming out, but I feel like we would have seen them all by now.
True.
But we thought that with
So many things, right?
with Susan when she had
Oh God, when
5 and
yeah.
6 siblings.
Eileen playing
Eileen
7
Davidson,
people.
yeah.
That's wild.
So yeah, so
That's actually a storyline that I lost interest in when they kept like.
Too many.
That lost track of
it
them.
just got too much.
Yeah,
And-
I wasn't around. I didn't see any of that. So
Yeah.
I'm having enough trouble with being a part of this one.
right. But that was for the most part it. The Chad ends up not really getting anything on him because he talks his way out of it, and yeah.
So did you think they were going to get into?
I was gonna say that
Yeah.
too. There was a moment
there
where
was a
I
moment.
was so proud of my boy Billy, because usually he gets beat up. I mean, let's not mince words. And I tell this to him all the time. I'm like, girl, you ain't got my back in an alley fight. But I was like, oh my God, he was like,
Yeah, he was all up in there.
Yeah.
you could
Got the
me like
bacon.
that.
But it's good, spicy stuff.
No, it was
in
good.
there.
It was really
Yeah.
good because I was like, ooh, is he gonna? Like, I literally was like flinched. I was like, ooh.
Again, the chemistry with them is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
With everyone, it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really.
And I'm
good.
going to say this
That's
again
wonderful.
too. I love that we see the Demira Enterprises offices now. I'm glad that they mixed it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're seeing a different part of it. All right. So then, since Kayla, was in with the whole Abigail thing. So now at the beginning of the week, as we said, it was you. It started with you and Steve, Kayla and Steve, and Kayla's still not forgiving John.
And can I just say thank you? Thank
Well-
you, Kayla, for being so angry because I'm still angry. I am.
I still think it's just the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he's
I mean, how can I just forgive him instantly? Like, I just
Yeah.
think that he poisoned him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a terrible thing.
But I do think that in Steve's head, I'm going to say this because I can, in a straight guy's head, I think that they, because they both do the
There's
same
an
job, they
understanding.
get
Yeah.
why the other one did what they do. And I think Steve possibly would have done the same thing to John.
Doesn't
so I
make
think that
it
that's
right.
why he's okay with it.
Doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
saying any other way.
So
but
when you
I think it's outrageous.
in that scene
I do.
in the scene where Kayla found out and you shoved Drake, was that
Fun.
improvised at all, or was
Yeah.
that in the script?
No.
Was it in the script for you to be physical, or?
No, I don't. I think I just did because
Oh,
it felt right.
'cause it was really good.
Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah.
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 I love those scenes.
And you
where,
could tell he was really
Yeah, because
shaken
Rattled.
up by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, they're saying in the chat room they don't think that Steve would have done that to John.
When you were saying that, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Whoever just said that,
Yeah.
because I was thinking I don't think he would.
Yeah, someone just wrote it.
Yeah.
Um,
But here's ultimately the thing, and everybody has to always understand this: that we fight for our characters and things that we don't think that they would do, but usually what happens is we have to do it anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you can't really be mad at us. 'Cause
Right.
We do fight for what we believe to a certain degree, but then
Yeah.
we ultimately have to do what
Have
they
to
say.
give it right.
Someone
right.
was saying, I was cheering when Kayla was angry with John.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
they,
you.
They
I love
liked,
that
they
image
liked
of,
the
of
slap.
fans cheering at the,
Yeah. I mean, what would
Well,
you
we
do?
felt it was
Yeah.
very accurate for Kayla to be upset.
I mean, I think
You know,
she's really very, she tries to always do the right thing.
Right.
But, don't mess with her.
Well,
feelings.
I was thinking this week, I mean, I'm going to guess we'll find a cure. Just going to go out on a limb. But I was thinking it won't be until that happens that Kayla might be able to go, okay, I can forgive you now that he's okay. Like, I feel like it's going to take something like that for her to
Yeah,
be
I don't
like,
want to rush into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
like,
all I have to
I'm
say.
gonna, yeah. No, and it makes sense. It totally makes sense. I'm not saying I'm just putting it out there because that's my job.
Yeah.
So, and then, well, it was last week that the more tests were run. That he went somewhere out of Salem to have more tests run and
Right.
everything. And then that's when we saw Adrian comes back to town.
Yes.
And her and Justin come in, and then I really enjoyed the moment too with Adrian and Patch.
yeah,
Like it was
so
just
beautiful.
like, again, it was every scene all the way that was, and not whether it was strategic or not, but it was just all those moments were just so great to see them. Because again, it's one of those things where you forget, you see them and they're in different storylines, you forget that they're brother and sister.
Right.
And the conversation that they had, they
Yeah.
brought up the past. They
Yeah.
brought up, what they've been through together in the past. And as a viewer, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And
That's what's so nice about Days, I think, is that they have these family and these, these generations, and that's what makes it strong, I think.
Yeah.
And there's, I always plug this because I love it, is the Instagram Patch and Kayla.
Yes.
And she, or I think it's she, but she puts up all these clips, and there recently were a lot of clips of Stephen and Judy when she first came on, and I mean, just so great.
Yeah. I loved when I think it was Patch who says when they're sitting there talking, he's like, because of her going through the cancer and everything. He's
Right.
like, look at the two of us. Like, it's falling apart. Like, I literally laughed out loud. It was almost quote of the week because I was just like, it was just such a cute moment. And you could totally see a brother and sister like sitting there and having that conversation. Like it was cute. And that we need to leave them to talk. Let's go over here and get the desserts.
Right.
You know, that was really cute. And then the other thing that I would have forgotten had I not gone back, so I'm glad I did, was Kayla asks Justin, she doesn't want Steve last visual of Joey to be behind bars.
Right.
So maybe we'll see James. Maybe.
That would be good.
I miss my boy.
We miss him too.
We had some great stuff with him over the couple years that he was there.
Yeah, he's
It
so
was
great.
Yeah,
Do you guys think he'll pop in?
I think he got
I
a
hope
series
so.
now.
Oh, does he?
I
Good
heard
for
that, yeah.
him. Good
Is
for
that true?
him.
No.
Good for him. Don't know.
Technical advisor over here doesn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope so. You know, even if just for that minute.
And they
I
do
hope
that a
so.
lot. So they bring a lot of people
Yeah.
in back and forth. So maybe, who
Yeah.
knows, maybe.
I mean, and that I was gonna say that's another thing that I've been liking that they've been doing is, and I've said this a long time ago. We can roll back the footage because I'm sure it's on here somewhere. I like just like that Lisa Rinna came back for. It's like that's what I always used to say. Is like, well, I'm not saying bring them back full time,
Right.
kick somebody
But
off
let
the
people
show,
hop in.
but you can't tell me you can't afford to have Lisa Rinna there for 2 episodes or Carrie there for 4 episodes. You know what I mean? It's like we appreciate it, we love it. It's just nice that you like. I feel like we think they've forgotten, so it's nice that they haven't. You know,
I know. I thought that was so great when we had our wedding.
Yeah.
That they brought Shelley.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And she was the same, and she was so cute because she was nervous, and she said she was so nervous because she wanted us to be proud of her. And we were just thinking, oh my gosh, are you kidding?
Yeah.
But she's a doll baby. We adore her. So
Yeah.
that was just, and that, I think Christy Clark came back
Yeah.
for that,
Yeah.
and it was just
It was,
fun.
and we do appreciate it. You know, it's like we want to see them too. You know.
And there was that moment when it was Justin, the four of you were just sitting at the table, and Justin was just kind of venting about everything that's going on. And I had that moment of, wow, this is like if friends going out for dinner.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's talking about his bad day and she's talking about her bad day. And we don't see that very often.
You don't see just the day in the life.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Right. We
Which
so
I think
rarely
people
see
appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure. For sure. I know I do. I
Love
definitely
that.
do. All right. So that was pretty much your shindig. We don't really know if Joey's going to come back. We'll find out that next week. Stay tuned. It's going to continue.
On to page 2.
On to page 2. And my first bullet point, Tami was right. You're what? Round of applause for Tami last week. She called this. She said that Eve found out because Victor called her.
Yeah.
And we found out today that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That darn Victor.
Victor. Now, am I the only one that's a little PO'd at Maggie? Like that Maggie's not getting in, because this was all her idea.
But she was
did-
right.
Wasn't there a scene where she she kind of took ownership, like, oh, it's partly what
did,
happened
but
with
I
Brady
just-
and Eve.
It was sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
You know, it's
exactly.
like Eve needed to know what was going on. And
I don't know
she
if she
feels
needed to
bad.
know.
She needed to know. And
she
she
needed
feels bad that Brady and Eve, you know, this is the fallout.
Yeah,
But the truth needed to be told.
But do you think if Maggie knew that Brady truly had feelings for Eve and that Eve truly had feelings for Brady, that was a smart thing to do?
But she knew
If she knew,
Brady
I would
wasn't
say
going
no.
to act.
You know,
Brady
you guys
wasn't
would
going to
do
do
so
the right
great on
thing.
our show. I'm telling you, some of the hardest things to do is to have a conversation with a group where you go, well, Brady and Victor and Maggie and all, you know, you
Yeah.
talk about all these names and you're,
Oh.
names like everybody. You guys have this down.
Well, no, you just caught us on a good day.
Oh
You
my
caught
gosh,
us on a good day.
it's like watching a ping pong match. And you guys
Because
are
half the time I'm always going, Mary
No,
Beth, no,
no,
not
you're-
Kayla, not Mary Beth.
Well, that doesn't even matter,
yeah.
but you guys, I'm just, wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
We are
Continue on,
dedicated
continue on. Brady, Eve, Maggie, Victor, go ahead.
I don't know. There's a part of me that's a little PO'd at Maggie, and that no, but I don't know. That's me.
The fact of the matter is, Brady wasn't going to do the right thing. He was going to marry Eve and not tell her the truth, and that's why.
But he was marrying
Maggie-
her because he loved her.
But that's not the point. He was. It was a lie.
It
That's why I
a
got
lie.
It was
married.
a marriage based on a
If
lie.
they had gotten married and Eve found out after they were married,
I mean, you could argue that it became not a lie, that the feelings became real.
absolutely agree.
And
that
it didn't
the
really
feelings are
matter
real.
how.
Not the issue. The issue is
Okay.
the lie.
Was it okay for Rafe to marry Hope?
Oh,
No.
what a blowout
No.
that was.
Yeah.
No.
Mic drop.
You know, my mother says to me, she said, I really think, she should forgive him. It was just one time.
No, you know what? I had.
I was like, oh, good
Well,
to
they
know.
were on a break. They were on a break.
They were on a break.
They were on a break.
No.
Do you think it's any
No.
different? No.
No.
Okay.
No. It's so much worse. So much worse.
I don't know. It just, for me, I guess just because, I don't know.
The rape thing is worse.
The Rafe thing is worse.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're married.
No,
But
were
they
not
weren't at the
married.
time.
Were they? Or were they
No,
secretly
they
married
weren't.
before that wedding? No, they weren't. No, they weren't married. They're not married.
They're married now.
I don't think so.
They were,
Rafe and Hope.
Rafe and
Rafe
Hope.
Hope were married.
Rafe
But
and Hope.
when
they
he
eloped.
slept, when he cheated on her, they weren't married.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying
Because wasn't it at their wedding that?
It came out.
it came out.
Well,
yeah.
the second wedding, because
the
they got
second
married
wedding.
twice.
Oh my!
Yes.
They
the second
eloped-
wedding.
she had
Banking
the-
trap.
They
Yes.
eloped the night before the real wedding.
Don't get
and
me
didn't tell
started on
anybody. And so then she found out he cheated. They're already married. So that's kind of the predicament she's in.
And
now.
I agree with your
Yeah.
mom. The fact that he had that little time with Sammy, that's not my issue. It's the lie.
Right, lies.
It's so much worse. That's so much worse. So.
We'll agree to disagree. And so
Women, we think a certain way.
yeah. So then Maggie moves back in with Victor. She gives Jen the
Yes.
keys back. She's like, "Hey, girl, I don't need these." And then there were a couple interesting moments. I thought was that with Eve and Jennifer,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting.
What did you think about that?
I liked it. I liked it. I was curious to see, and it was funny because I had said this the last time. Do you see a pattern here? Someone who's always right. When she came on the last time, I kept saying, I think that would be such a great friendship to
Yes.
develop out of to go from where they were and hating each other so much. I feel like they would become BFFs, like so great. And so that's why I like
After
that.
she slept with Jennifer's son.
Well,
I mean,
whatever.
that's kind of a hard thing to get over.
Whatever.
Talk about something
So
hard
you
to
know
get
what's
over.
going on.
Well, that's old news. I mean, I remember that.
Water
I
off
have
the duck's
long-term
back.
memory. No, but I mean, that'd be a hard thing to get over as a mother, I have to say.
I do like it though when two characters who are kind of adversaries
Polar opposites, too.
well, they're always like not yelling at each other, but just not being nice to each other. But then when something happens and they're kind of like they soften a little bit, I always get the aw, the same thing when Eve and Eric later in the week
Yeah,
they had
that
kind
was
of
nice.
a sorry, and I was like, okay, now they're being nice to each other.
Eve and Eric.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
we like the
Yeah.
drama, we like the conflict, but then we like the
Makeup.
touchy feely, the makeup
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
And I loved it when Jen and I'm gonna do a Mark laugh like
What happened?
they're at the pub and
Who was?
Jen
Jen
and
and
Eve
Eve.
are at the pub and they're having a very nice conversation and Jen is encouraging her.
Yeah.
Brady's a good man.
Right.
He's a terrible liar. So if he says that he loves you, maybe he's telling you the truth. And Eve says, "Oh, only a Pollyanna like you." I lost it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many people would get the Pollyanna reference
Yeah.
anymore.
Right.
But
I use that one. Yeah.
totally get the. And I was just crying. Like that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a little dig and a little because she is
Right.
That's Jen. She's a little Pollyanna, which is great.
Totes.
Totes.
And then it also, we should just say that Eve technically fires Brady.
That was brilliant. Oh my God, that was such a great moment.
Yeah, the fights and she threw the ring at him and all that stuff. That was all pretty. That was at the early part of the week.
One of the fans thought she threw keys at
Keys,
him.
I saw that.
Was this in the house? When
Yes.
she threw the ring back?
Yeah.
I think I saw that day when they were taping it.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it was
she's on
pretty
fire.
intense.
She's so good. They're both so good.
Yeah, yeah.
But she's really, really good.
And then Maggie, who I'm still having issues with, is now trying to convince Brady to get back with her. So
Right.
that's where
Try to
my
fight
issue
for her.
is. Because
Fight
I'm
for
like,
her.
girl, you're the reason that they're fighting, and now you're gonna come in the living room and be like, hey, girl, no, work it out. I'm like, girl, you're the reason we're working it out. That's my issue.
Does she cause the problem?
Yeah. And now she's like, oh, no, work it out. You got this. I'm like,
She-
well, if you didn't do what you did, I wouldn't have to. I'd be married.
She hadn't
Did he
done.
say that?
No. It's not a big old homo like me. It'd be a very different show, Mary. Can you imagine me walking through Salem? Hello! Go ahead.
I forget what I was going to say. I mean,
You blew her mind.
I know,
You
right?
just blew her mind.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
That's
It was
okay.
about Maggie. Oh, he stopped drinking.
Ish.
He's not who he is right. He's now who he should have been
In the
a
beginning.
month ago.
Right.
Right.
With Eve.
Right.
Stopped the drinking, getting on the right path because he's found love again.
Yeah.
Love should have been the motivator for him to get his
Yeah, but alcohol is a big deal.
I
Yeah.
know it is a
Alcohol's
big deal.
tough.
Yeah.
It is a big deal. But now when he put that drink down, it's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Brady's back.
I think there'd be
Missed
more
him.
people at a Salem AA meeting than at a Salem
Seriously,
wedding.
right? And the drama.
I know, it's so funny
the
because,
drama.
because just to have movement in a scene, a lot of times you have to go get a drink.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Did anybody watch Ray Donovan?
No.
He's always walking around with the bottle. I was like, wow, he makes
What
love.
was it? It was at Hope and Ray's wedding. I love Doug comes he's like making martinis for everybody, but they're not none of them are
non-alcoholic,
martinis.
yeah.
Like, oh, you're pouring sparkling water in a martini glass. Let's not mince words here. None of these people can drink. You're all invited to my wedding. It will cost me a lot less. So I think those were like the three main storylines of the week. Michael, do you have it? Does somebody have it over there? Does somebody want to tell everybody what Maria Menounos is doing these days?
Oh, yes.
Take
yes.
it away.
Absolutely. Yes, she has a new podcast. If you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, we have a podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos, Podcast Edition, is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder, Maria Menounos, and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secret tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and
that.
wellness
That's nice.
to career and relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you never had. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free.
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 It's free.
Yeah, if you
she's a
listen
doll,
to
I
her
love her.
Sirius Radio, because Sirius
Yeah.
Radio you have to pay for to have Sirius Radio. It's kind of like a free version of her Sirius Radio show, so you can go listen to it for free. Get whatever you can out of it. She is fantastic.
so
I even
good.
have
Very
a big
positive.
sister, and she's like a big sister.
And be sure to comment that you found them through us.
Yes.
Edition
Days.
Days.
Yes.
Edition.
So a couple more tidbits of information. Some more about Kayla.
Oh, yes.
She was getting around town this week. She ran into Eli.
Yes.
There was a moment where she runs into Eli in the park.
It was
and
like oh.
yeah, and she's starting to put the pieces together. That
So I've lost track.
Trouble.
Does Kayla know?
See, I thought Kayla knew.
I
it was
thought
Eli.
Kayla knew too.
she knows that it's not JJ.
She definitely knows it's
I
not JJ.
guess I start putting it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it not being JJ, she knows and doesn't want Lonnie to lie. That's a huge lie. And,
Right.
and JJ
Right.
is her nephew.
Right.
And so is my niece. And
Right.
da-da-da. I'm kind of related to a lot of people. You have to be careful. Yeah, you have to be careful. Sometimes I even think like, how am I related to him?
Right, I know.
Hey.
We do the same thing.
Where's
Well, if I see people
where's my
too,
tree?
I'm always like, oh, they should put that. Nope, cousins.
Nope.
Can't do
Exactly
it.
right. Yeah. It's a very small town.
That's like every 5 minutes on days
very
for me.
small
I'm like,
town.
oh,
So
they
she
should.
doesn't know it's Eli then.
Not
Yet.
Yet.
This week she doesn't.
I think, yeah, not yet, but there was a little bit red herring-y
Yeah.
shit, like at the end of
Okay.
that, right, where I was kind of like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
The father. I can't tell the father.
Right.
Right. Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there was.
I only know that from that Patch and Kayla Instagram. I saw the little scene.
See, what you guys do pays off.
Yeah.
See, you're
I tell
helping
you,
them.
when we do it, we memorize like crazy memorize.
Yeah.
We get out there, we barely have it, and then we have to like relax and be there present and get it done. And then you walk away and you basically put that script in the trash can and move on to the next one. So when people ask you what you remember, you don't, not much. You
Yeah.
don't remember much. So
Right.
I
Laura-
love seeing the little recaps.
Lauren Koslow, I heard her once say that that you have to fine tune your short-term memory. Like you hold everything in for a really short amount of time and then it's
Gotta let it
gone.
go, yeah.
I know.
You
I
gotta
had my worst thing is the Dr. Lingo and trying to remember that and get through it. And there was a day I had some scenes in the nurses' station. And it was just a couple. Maybe it was with the Lonnie character, and I'm just okay. And then the crew, everybody going on to the next thing, and I was like, okay. And they were like, wait, you're in these scenes coming up here. I'm like, what? And it was just rehearsal, but it was right before lunch, and they were going to be up right after lunch. And it was the whole thing talking to Theo about him being sent off to somewhere for rehab or whatever. You know.
Right, I remember that
And I
scene.
was looking like, oh my god. And so I sat in my dressing room and I just power. It's almost like your brain has to take a snapshot.
Snapshot.
and try to hold on to it, but it is so stressful. And then I throw a little doctor lingo in there too, and you're just like, oh, I'm sweating.
So then, and also with the Eli situation, so we see Lonnie has a couple little run-ins. I wrote, poor Abe. I feel like Abe is
I know.
completely...
He's just Mr. Clueless.
He has no idea what's going on. But there was a moment with Lonnie and Valerie and Lonnie and Gabby.
Yeah.
Both very intense scenes.
Lonnie's saying
she's
to
like
Valerie,
fighting
you just
off
need
everyone.
to stay out of this.
Yeah.
Stay out of it.
I understand the passion behind Valerie because she literally has gone through this.
She's literally gone through it, and it's her grandchild.
Yeah, exactly.
She, I mean,
It's time for it to come out. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time. It's ripe.
And then Gabby asks Lonnie point blank, "Is it Eli's?" And she lies and says
again.
no.
Yeah.
So then there was the obligatory shirtless Paul this week. Thank you, Days.
Yeah, he looks good.
He does.
So there was when Paul is leaving the Kyriakis mansion because the wedding didn't happen. He has a little conversation with Sunny, and they both kind of get into it because they both kind of are taking the other person's side.
And they
even
realize
Brady,
it's done.
and they
It's
kind of
over.
are done. But then he goes to
Will.
I almost said Chandler. Will. And they start to kind of have a moment, and then there's a knock at the door, and of course it's Sunny.
A tangled little web.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
They're all so good.
yes.
I love them.
I'm really, and I don't know who, I was going to do a poll on Twitter, and I'll do it tonight.
who wants who?
Because I was always team Will and Sunny, but I'm really
Something's
digging
changed.
Will and Paul now.
yeah.
So now I'm torn.
Something's, I don't know if it's just that they're older now, but I feel as a viewer, I see more connection between Will and Paul. Like I feel like I see with Will and Paul what I saw with Will and Sunny when they first started.
Sunny then.
I know,
know.
but Sunny's gonna with Man Bun.
I was gonna just say that. I was like, there was like,
that?
if,
That little
if you
connection?
blinked, you would have missed
That moment.
The quick little moment that Days
Yes.
gave us of Sunny ordering a drink at the Brady pub, and they cut to the bartender. It's like,
Buy you a
"Bum, bum,
drink."
bum," whatever. And it was like, girl, and he had a little man bun. Yeah, it was cute. So maybe Sunny's gonna get out and get
Okay,
some.
I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna tell him you guys want to put the man bug. Okay, all right, noted.
Yes, noted. And then I have to say, and I was going to tweet them and let them know, I honestly think right now, the times I get the most excited and pay attention, other than Billy, is Sierra and Trip and Claire.
They're so
right
good.
now, that
Yeah.
storyline, for
Good.
whatever reason, I want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I'm just interested in what's happening with the face of Bella and Sierra and Trip coming together
Yeah.
is just again they're letting it happen, and I think that this, I was going to say when you were talking about Will and Paul is when they force things on us, Rogue, we don't like it and we
You
fight
like to see
it.
the natural evolution.
And
not organic.
And I think
Yeah.
that Will and Paul right now is organic.
Right.
It was explained, you're the only one who's being honest with me. I want to hang out with you because you're being honest with me, to Paul. And I like that organically Sierra and Trip are coming together just because of what's going on in their lives.
And they have conversations.
And it doesn't,
they
and it
talk.
also,
Not rushed.
yes, and it doesn't bother me that she had a thing for Theo.
No.
Because he's gone, and you're just like, oh, okay, da. And just the whole thing with Claire coming, I don't know, I'm digging it.
I
They're
agree.
also good, aren't they?
Really,
Yeah.
really good.
I agree.
I'm digging it, totally digging it. And so they both get headshots done, some professionally, some by Trip. But we'll see who becomes
Who
the
do you think?
face.
Who do you think?
I mean, I think it's gonna be Sierra.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
to get
That hair.
Yeah.
That hair.
Yeah.
Got that hair.
Full of secrets.
So beautiful. No, I don't know who it is, actually. I really don't. I don't know at all. I'm just saying, personally, she has beautiful hair.
The only two other things that I have written down that were very quick was there was a moment with Sunny and Justin where they kind of Sunny's figures out, he's like mad that Victor did all this to get Brady back in at Titan. So he's like,
he's
what
gonna
do
be
I
out,
got to
yeah.
do to prove myself? So there was that moment. And then I just wrote also they've been having a couple more moments with Jen and Eric getting generic coming together. So I still don't know how I feel about that, but whatevs.
Who do you like better, Brady with Eve or Brady with Jen? Well, whatever her character's name is. What's her name?
Teresa.
Teresa.
Oh, Teresa. Oh, definitely Teresa.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely Teresa.
I don't
See,
know.
I don't know.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Oh, not for me.
I was not.
Two against one.
Full disclosure, I was never really a Teresa, a character wise. I was
Really?
never really a fan of Teresa because when she came on, and that stuff kind of sticks with me when a character first comes on and they're just
She's so
for lack of a
vile.
better word, just bitchy and
Right.
just wanting it sticks with me. And so then when they kind of soften the character, I don't
You're
fully
slow to
buy
the-
it.
yeah.
And
See, I had and it's funny because I'm usually like, you got to prove. Like, that's where I'm at with Tyler. Is it
Christopher.
Tyler Christopher. Where I'm like, you still got to earn it. Like, I'm not 100% behind you, Buckeye or not 100% behind you. When every once in a while it happens where somebody comes on and I'm just like, oh, interesting. Billy Flynn and Jen Lilly. Jen Lilly had me at hello. I don't know, there was something about her I loved what she was doing. I didn't care that she was bad. It was like a likable bad. So I liked it. I don't know.
I love the chemistry between Eve and Brady.
Maybe
I
it's
love
it's a little more
Teresa.
mature.
Maybe that's it.
It's a little more
Maybe that's
mature
it.
relationship
Yeah.
where that's probably where he's at too.
Yeah.
He's come a long way.
Yeah. Well, that was this week's Days of Our Lives.
I'm exhausted.
I'm going to come
I
here.
know,
I
I'm
need to come more
tired.
often because
get caught
I
up.
learn more now in this little time.
Well,
than-
you can listen to our podcast
I
on
think I-
iTunes for free. Download it tomorrow. And write us a review. Give us 5 stars and you'll be fan of the week. How cool would that be if Mary
I
Beth
have that
Evans is
too.
our fan of the
Can I
week?
have 5 stars? I like that too.
All right, so I don't think that Mr. Tony Moore, who is not here, by the way.
Yeah, I'm really sad about that.
I know.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Tony. He booked another commercial. I'm going to put it in quotes because I think he's lying. She's out drinking.
It's cold.
She hasn't recovered from St.
Wanna be in
Patrick's
his
Day. Let's not
pajamas.
mince
Yeah.
words, baby. So our first segment will be Designer Day.
Oh my living word! Yes.
Opulence. And Tammy's going to take over. This is photo number 1, if you wouldn't mind,
Let
Stephen.
me get into this.
There it is. There it is. The lovely Claire
We
Brady.
have Claire. Why can't I get into my picture?
It's up there if you want to see it.
Oh no, but I have.
Oh, you have others.
Thank you. Oh, go
Sorry, I
away.
sprung this on her.
Yes. Okay. So let me get out of here and. Yes.
Talk amongst
So we have Claire. So what I love about Claire and Sierra, their styles are so different because
Yes.
their personalities are so different. You
Yeah.
know, Sierra's always that kind of edgier leather jacket, and they always have Claire in these very, what is that, bohemian? What is it?
Yeah, kind of bohemian.
Bohemian
Yeah.
looks. You know, with the
Yep.
gauzy, flowy, softer looks. So I'm personally over the cold shoulder look. However, this dress on her, and granted, she's what, 20 years old,
And then about a size double,
Negative
triple,
5.
yeah,
Negative
triple
0,
zero,
yeah.
triple zero.
Hater.
but at the
Super
same
skinny.
time, because of the style of the dress and the material, it's
And her age.
a
Yeah,
lot
it
of-
totally works.
Yeah.
But a lot of women can wear this dress. A lot of shapes can wear this dress.
Yeah.
It's Free People is the brand.
I love that. Love
Yeah.
Free
Sheer
People.
panels at the side, which I kind of noticed. There's lace panels at the side. The materials is rayon and nylon. So it's
Very
a really
pretty.
spring is coming.
We have the
it-
best.
you
We have
know-
the best costume designer on our show.
Absolutely.
Do you
So-
follow
he's
her on Twitter?
He's so
I
good
do.
about the
Okay.
characters.
I do.
Well, there's a girl that's on Twitter that's like Day's Closet or something like that. I don't know who it is.
Oh,
know.
Kristen.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's her. Just follow her because she's always on there. I was gonna say it looks so different on the girl on the right than it does on
Well,
her.
that's what I loved about it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of different women's figures and types of bodies can actually wear this dress and make it work. And age range, it's got a huge age range. And spring's coming.
Yeah.
I thought, this is a lovely little brunch dress with the girls kind of thing.
Totes.
So yes, there you go.
All right, that was our designer.
I know another cool thing. Learning so much.
And now it is time for
Caption
that. So here's the photo.
Okay, so we have. I don't know why I went all Wisconsin on. Teo and excuse me,
Marcy Miller.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank right now.
Andre.
Andre and Marcy Miller
yeah.
handing him his coffee. And this week's caption is from Tara. I'm sorry if I butchered this last name. Cristofoli. Tara Cristofoli from Instagram. And says, Andre is saying, I asked for a grande non-fat almond milk cappuccino.
That's cute.
And I gave him that voice because I don't think I can do Taylor's
I like that. All
you
right.
go.
And that was Caption That. And now it's time for
Mark's Quote of the Week.
See, we have an audio for that one, so I've just been around longer. All right, so my quote of the week this week will go to the one and only, ironically that you're here, Steve Johnson is going to get quote of the week. I mean, I think everybody, the moment it happened, the world knew this was going to be Mark's quote of the week, was when he said, "Yo, Bonnie, I didn't know they let you out." I literally, from my couch, was like,
And I wanted her to
face.
smack
I know,
him.
her
I wanted her to
face.
smack him upside the head.
Thank you, Days of Our Lives, for giving me that. That made my week. That was beginning of Tuesday.
funny.
That was just like my everything. So, Stephen Nichols gets my
Mark's Quote of the Week.
thank you. And now it's time for Dish and Days Fan of the Week. Woo!
You guys have too much fun.
I know. I said I did that at like 2 a.m. I woke up one night and I was like, I need an audio for us. So I did that at like
That's a good one.
2 a.m.
Cheery.
Fan of the week this week is going to one of our iTunes reviewers who gave us 5 stars. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much. It goes to X Utter. AXEUDDER is the name on here. Titled Very Funny. It says, these quote unquote ladies, this was before you were here probably, are hilarious. I love their banter and the recaps from the week of Days of Our Lives. So thank you, X Utter, for the review and the 5 stars. You are Dish and Days Fan of the Week.
Baby.
We are a hot mess. All right, so I do believe we have a phone number to give you guys because since we have Dr. Kayla Johnson in the house, we might as well take some phone calls.
And I want to do a really quick shout out
Yes.
to Caroline at No Caroline. She tweeted, "Yay, I'm so looking forward to this. The time difference is going to have me up at an ungodly hour, but who cares?"
No, it said, who cares?
She's in Norway.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
She's in Norway.
Fabulous.
So shout out
We're
to
global.
you.
Yes, love that.
I just put the phone number in the chat room. If you guys are in the chat room, it's 424-253-0749. Before we take our first phone call, though, Tami,
Yes.
you have something for Miss Mary Beth Evans that I feel like you should do right about
Yes!
now.
I think that would be
Wow.
perfect.
So Tammy has a little
Nice.
surprise for you.
Oh my gosh. Down the elevator to the basement.
She has a little Dish and
Thank
Days
you,
AfterBuzz.
Dish and Days.
What do you call it?
Little swag.
Swag.
Swag
That's
bag.
it.
Dish
That's
and
the word.
swag.
bag.
I don't
Can
get
I
it
bring
very
out?
often.
Oh, lovely.
So you got a little AfterBuzz.
Ooh,
you can
and
go,
I
Burt's
could use
Bees.
this little chapstick right
And
now.
chap- oh,
Right
yeah.
there.
Air is dry. We have to
No,
stay
it's
moisturized.
too hard to open at the moment, but thank you so much. Oh, thank you very much. I love presents. I do. I really love presents. Oh, look at that. Thank you.
And I do believe we've got us ourselves a caller.
Woo.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
Oh, Brittany.
Whitney.
Whitney.
Oh, Whitney.
I wouldn't be a
Whitney.
very good
I heard
person.
Whitney.
Is it Whitney or Brittany?
Brittany.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Spears.
Okay, my radio show host thing is over already.
Brittany, do you have something to say or a question for Mary Beth?
Actually, I just had a comment.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I really liked this week and with the storyline how she's taking it with and being mad at John because I feel it's justified and I feel like it's only right.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Nobody's
should
gonna
take him out. I
poison
should.
her
I should have. I should have duked him right in the face.
Yes.
I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, who does that?
Yeah. Yeah. How did you, Brittany, what did you think of the scenes with Patch and Kayla and Justin and Adrian?
I thought it was nice to and it was really funny when he was like, "Oh, Bonnie."
And then later she even says something like, "You can't call me Bonnie
Yeah,
anymore,"
that's a
or
deal
something like that.
breaker, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Brittany.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you, Brittany.
Keep watching.
Thank you for the love.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All righty. And I think we probably have another one. Looks like there's another one waiting for us. Hello. Are there on? No. Yep. Lost them. Dang it. Let's jump over into the chat room here real quick. Oh, we got one. All right. Your audition days. What is your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, this is Ashley from Alabama.
Ashley from Alabama.
Hi,
Do you have something to say or a question for Miss Mary Beth Evans? Mary Beth
I
Evans?
just wanted to ask her about the scene with Steve, Kayla, Adrian, and Justin. Is that so much fun for the four of you to get together? Because I know for me, I felt like 30 years of history, just, all of that just came to my mind. And I just wonder how it is for the four of you. Do you all just feel like it's a total treat to get to do that? And would you love
It
more
is,
of
and
it?
I'll tell you, when we're all together like that, all we do is talk our heads off and talk about our families and what we're doing, and then they're like, come on, you guys, get it together because we're gonna, go now. And we're like, oh, wait, and where's he going to school? So them and Drake and Deidre and Christian and Missy. I mean, we all have basically grown up together. We've all known each other about 30 years, or plus. So it's pretty fabulous. It's like a bunch of cousins. We love to catch up and see what everybody's doing. But those guys, and Wally's a crack up. Wally, he'll talk your head off. He's the sweetest. So.
It's a total treat for us. I absolutely loved those, and it was just the simple things. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm so excited to see you and Stephen in New York. I'm so
I know.
excited.
That's gonna be so
I have
fun.
the summer off.
I think
I'm
it's
thrilled.
I think it's June 23rd.
It is June 23rd and 24th.
Yeah, that'll be great fun.
Thank you so much for calling
Thank
in.
you for calling.
Thank you.
Ashley.
Bye, Mary Beth.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. All right. Willa wants me to call you. Willa, I can't call you. I don't have a phone to call you. I don't know what you want me to do, Willa. I love you. Willa's been watching since day one.
Yes.
Hey, your audition days. What's your name? Oh. I like the ringtone though. Hello, your audition days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Mike Riley
Oh,
from New
Mike
York.
Riley.
He's my
Hi.
arch nemesis.
Oh.
He thinks he's gonna steal Billy from me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm.
Only in my dreams.
I didn't know there was this whole understory.
Oh, yes.
All right, Mike Riley, what do you have to say? You only call when you have something to say.
Well, today I just have a million compliments for Mary Beth. I've been a fan for so long. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
You've always been beautiful. You will continue to be beautiful. I think you are one of the greatest leading ladies on soaps.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
no, honestly, you are such a natural actress, and some of your work is it's so understated and beautiful. You don't have that sort of overly dramatic staginess that some soap actors have. It just comes off very real and sincere, and it's always been that way. And
Thank
you were such a pleasure to watch.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I do. We try.
Oh,
I mean, we all give it our all, 100%. I mean,
You
we
make it
always-
look really
We're
easy.
so
for sure.
committed.
Makes
You make it look
easy.
effortless,
Yeah.
but
Oh, if you
from what you
only
said
knew.
today, I know. From what
If
you
you
said
only
today,
knew
I'm
what was going in our heads.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but thank you very much. I appreciate
two
that.
little questions for you.
Go ahead.
One, what happened to your house? I love that.
I know.
I
People
know.
have been saying that. Why
It's the
can't we be
most
in the
beautiful house, isn't it?
It really was.
I know.
It was one of my all-time favorites.
You know, I don't know exactly. I mean, it's around, but the problem is we're on a pretty tight budget and time, and so they try to keep up sets and not. In the old days, they used to every night they take down stuff and they put stuff up. But so they pretty much. That's why so many people are in the pub and so many people, so many things, and it's really because they leave these sets up. But I mean, Stephen and I say that all the time. Stephen more than me even says, "Where's our house?"
We'd like to be home.
Plus, I think it's such a beautiful set.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah,
So
gorgeous,
beautiful.
gorgeous.
I know. I'm taking notes today. I have so many notes to take back to days on, I guess, a week from Monday when we go back. So.
Yeah. And what was your other question, Mike Riley?
My second question is, are we going to see any scenes with you, Stephen, and Tyler? Because I loved the three of you on General Hospital, especially since you and Stephen were playing such different characters. I mean, you're the America's sweetheart on on Days, and you were like duplicitous Catherine Bell.
I
and
know.
he's so
I never
rough around
bought
the edges
that.
on Days, and he's an
I always thought,
on.
I know. I guess I could probably say this. We do have some scenes together.
Oh, good.
I think that's
Oh,
probably okay to
can't wait.
say.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was
Yeah.
fun because we just felt like, whoa, time warp.
It was in the square. Everybody was there, so don't read into it.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it wasn't, I'm not saying it was anything.
She's the killer.
It was a howdy do.
Yeah.
No. Well, thanks for taking the time to.
Thanks for calling in. Although it seems like you call in all the time.
A little
one of our
bit. A little bit.
VIPs.
He does.
Have a lovely evening, guys.
Thank you,
Bye,
Mike
guys.
Riley.
Bye now.
Yeah, they're everyone's agreeing with Mike Riley in there. And this is from Willa. She said, "Give
Oh,
her a
thank you.
hug." So
Thank you
Willa,
very
there's
much.
your
Thank
hug
you.
for Mary Beth.
Thank
She's
you
been
very much.
watching from day one.
Caller
Oh,
on the line.
we lost it already. Why couldn't you have lost Mike Riley? You get Mike Riley through, and then you lose these other people. I think you do this on purpose to me. I think you and Mike Riley have a thing going on. Well, while we're waiting for, why don't we do a little news and gossip while we wait for another caller? News and gossip. All right, so, and yes, Daquan's been writing about this in the chat room. Miss Allison Sweeney will be returning to Days of Our
Sammy's
Lives,
coming
looks
back.
like. So I'm guessing it has to do with this rope wedding.
I know everyone's
Going
saying
out on a
like,
limb.
like don't make her come back pregnant. Like please, people do not want that.
No,
Oh, I
I
would
didn't even think
love
about that.
that.
Would you?
No.
I would love that. Rafe needs a child of his own.
No.
Oh, that's
Not
right.
with
He doesn't
Sam.
have
He doesn't have
anything.
any of his own. I would totally be down for that. Although that's Sammy's, what, 6th?
Yeah.
5th
She's
or
a
6th?
grandmother.
Oh,
She's a
I know.
grandmother, for goodness
I love that. That's true.
You can be 100 on days and have a baby.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
This next thing I will let Mary Beth talk about, since this is your the Stars fan event fundraiser, right? Reach for the Stars fan event. Photo.
Is
I
this
think we have a
Casa?
photo.
Casa, no? Is this the one in New York?
Yes, Long
Long
Island,
Island.
Oh, let me
June
read.
23rd and 24th.
Yes, we're going to be there.
Okay.
That's all I know. And we'll be there.
Tickets are on sale now. Email Lisa Marie
wait.
at reachforthestarsfanevents@gmail. If you guys are interested and want to go.
Stephen and I will be there.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're looking forward to it.
And then it looks like Olivia Rose Keegan has dropped it like it's hot and has a new song. Queen is a King. I was like, did she write a song about me? It's available on Apple Music and other platforms. You can also watch the official lyric video on YouTube. Did anybody listen to it?
Not yet.
I did. I added the link there. I don't know if you can play it, but I did go listen to it because it kind of caught me off guard because I've heard her other music and I was like, oh, this is a little different. So listen to it if you can. Daytime Emmy nominations will be announced this Wednesday, March 21st.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, people are saying
for our
fingers
Days of Our Lives,
crossed.
peeps.
For all our days, people.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Everyone.
And
Yes.
I saw this was all over the Twitter sphere.
What
was that Bravo
happened?
won't be running the Days reruns after next
I
I wonder
Wednesday.
if they just. I wonder if they
Bizarre.
just had like they needed 2 time slots to fill in the morning, and I don't know. Maybe it was just a random thing,
People
or
were
maybe it was some-
watching.
There it is. This is Olivia Rose Keegan's song.
Oh, yeah. It's a little spicy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, cool. I like it.
I'm digging
like
it,
that.
Olivia.
Yeah. You guys are giving me so much stuff to go back. Now I can see her and go, oh my God.
I know. It's a good song. I listened to it. It's
I
fabulous.
would have just been in my little town with my newspaper.
Yeah, I know, right? I love it. So that was the week. That was your news. I didn't miss anything. Did I? News and
Nope.
gossip wise?
No.
You're
Okay.
good.
Do we have any more? Anybody else on the line? Okay, we'll keep it open. Do you guys have any questions? I mean, we've been here. You've been here before. We did a little one-on-one little sit down with you, so you weren't here for a recap before. You were
Yes, this is very different.
very different.
Yeah.
Very different from what we did.
Yeah.
We had to baby step you into this.
Yeah, I know. I
We
really,
could be a bit much. But you were talking when I came in at one point about, you said you've been on Days now how many years?
well, I started in 1986.
Right.
But I was there for 6 years.
Do you remember your audition?
Yes.
What was that like?
I was scared.
I always love I just like hearing
Yeah.
these stories.
And I think I remember the dress that I wore. It was like
Really?
this pink silk dress with a big sailor kind of thing. And,
It was
I
the
was very,
80s,
yeah,
people.
it was the
Oh,
80s.
big
and,
hair,
and
yes.
big hair. And I was, I'm a little Sandra Dee-ish like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I must have read. I think I read for the casting lady, and then they had me come in for the producers in the producer's office. And Steven came up from the set. So from day one, we were paired together. But so he came in with his, that whole look and the scar and the patch and thing and the leather jacket, the whole thing. I was just like, oh, for Pete's sake, because I hadn't seen the show, so I don't know. And so then we had that, and then we had a screen test. And he will always say this story of that. Afterwards, I was like, oh, that was terrible and whatever. But he said he knew from the beginning. And,
Really?
And it was sweet. I mean, I think that just that whole bad boy. I mean, personally, that's never been an attraction for me, but it's really worked there. And he and I have been such good friends all these years. And he seems kind of gruff and stuff to people, but he's like such a big heart and such a sweet person. And he's an incredible grandpa with these little kids and stuff. He's just adorable guy. So
when you guys post the videos of you two on Instagram, it
fantastic.
shows you guys are just so comfortable with each other.
When it was your
Beyond.
birthday.
Yeah.
And he
It's
went
cute.
into
It's
the
really
dress-
cute.
yeah.
This is a good question. Terrell Bellinger is asking, and I don't know the answer to this. When you first started playing Kayla, were you brought in as a recast, or you were the first?
Yes, actually. But
You were.
it was Catherine Mary Stewart.
Oh.
She was in that The Night of the Comet or whatever, that movie back in the
Okay.
80s. But this is probably before you guys were born. I don't even know.
No, I was
But
in my teens.
But I think she had been off for a while.
Okay.
And when I came back, when I came, she had been Chris Kosacek was her boyfriend, and Chris Kosacek is Josh Taylor, who now is becoming Freeman.
Right,
okay.
that's right. I remember
So
that
now
he played it.
my old boyfriend is my brother,
That's
and that's the way
funny.
things roll. That's the way things roll. in
That's so
Salem.
funny. Okay,
Oh.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it right now. Your audition days with Mary Beth, Mark, Tami, and Michael. And there's a secret person in the corner. But go ahead. What's your question? Hello, are you there?
Oh,
Hello.
Hi there.
My name's Lisa. I'm coming from Georgia.
Hi, Lisa
Lisa
from
from
Georgia.
Georgia.
I just wanted to know, who would you like to work with that you haven't got to work with in a while, or have not worked with?
Good question.
Good question. You can say Billy Flynn.
Billy Flynn.
It's always my
I'll do it for you.
It's my go-to answer.
I'll say Billy Flynn. I like working with so many people. I mean, everybody there. That it's such a solid group.
Yeah.
There's no divas there. Everybody. I think the people who are on soaps, especially a long time, like a lot of us are, you are family people who want a regular job, and so you're solid people. And there's no time for being a diva. There's no room, and there's no. I mean, why?
Yeah.
None of us would put up with it.
Right.
But so we all just get in there and do our thing, and we all care about each other, and so I mean, I like working with everybody. It's fun.
Is there anybody though that when you walk in, you're just like, yes, we get to, yes, let's do this.
Well, Missy, because we like to
Yeah.
talk about everything.
Right.
Houses, and our daughter's getting married.
Right,
and,
right.
we are like, that's the bigger problem.
Right.
Is we can't stop talking about it. Like, okay, just a minute. So,
Everybody seems like y'all seem like a family on there.
we are. I mean,
Yeah.
really, it's very, very sweet. Yeah. We're lucky. We're like, I mean, every day I walk in that building, I say, I am so lucky.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But do you think we're going to see Kayla go to the dark side and be ugly with John at all?
Oh.
Agree with him?
Kayla is their
I ain't gonna agree with him. Well, she may have. I
You can't ask them things that they can't answer.
Yeah.
That's
but
not
I'm going to
fair.
stay mad at him for a while because I think it was a terrible thing to do. So
Yeah.
you don't mess with my man.
Don't mess with the man.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you for taking the call, and I
Sure.
appreciate it.
No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm choking. I will take this phone call. I love the
Oh, that's what that
ringtone.
is? Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, your audition days. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Liz from California.
Hi, Liz.
Hi.
You should have come in.
Mary Beth
If you're
Evans
standing
from
on the
Long
sidewalk,
Time.
Liz, I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
I don't know if you can hear me.
We can
We
hear
can
you.
hear
You sound very close.
Yes.
I'm really excited for this blindness story. But before I get into that, I love the scenes this week where Steve told Kayla that he'd always see her. Oh my
It was
gosh, that
beautiful,
was
wasn't
so
it?
sweet.
He's so
It
good.
was so sweet.
He's so good. I love that. It
Are
was
we
very
actually getting like a long-term story about blindness?
Blind?
Interesting.
He's not blind. Is he blind?
Not yet. He's going blind. Maybe you can't. She can't answer that, Liz.
Oh, okay, okay.
Spoiler question.
Silly girl.
I just wanted to tell Mary Beth that I love her. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for being on the show.
I can take that. I'll take that. Thank you.
Since you're in LA, you may run into her at Ralph's, and when you see her in aisle 3, you can ask her not on camera when she can answer. How's that?
I'll see her in New York. How about that?
Oh,
Perfect.
there you go.
I love that. I love that. I love to go across the country to see somebody who was like that.
Right, exactly.
It's not the case.
All right, Liz, thank you so
Thanks
much.
for calling.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
All righty, fantastic. I thought of something else when you were talking. Oh my gosh, now I gotta drag it back out. It had to do with your audition. Oh, so I asked you about your audition. Do you remember your first day on set?
Yes.
And this was the other thing I was gonna say. When you went in, did you know this is Kayla Brady? She's huge, or do you just know you're just reading for a female role?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I think the person before me was gone for a little while. It wasn't just a day or something.
Right.
And it's funny. I remember getting like daytime TV magazine awards, Stephen and I, over the years, and at the time I was even thinking like I should probably realize what this is really about, but I never did because we're all I was having kids, and you're like even now we're still just memorizing, going back. But I mean, it's been a really nice arc and a nice longevity for us, and I think we almost should be in the World Book of Records. He's been married 33 years in real life. I've been married 32 in real life, and we've been married like 30 or 31 together.
Yeah.
So in Hollywood, that's a good thing.
That's a good
right?
thing. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Was there any because soap operas get that as an actor, you don't want to do soaps, you want to get caught up in that. Was there any hesitation when you went in, like should I do this, should I not?
I mean, a little, but mainly because it just at the time, I was young and I was doing things. And it was this 3-year contract at the time. At the time, it seemed like 3 years. That's a really long time.
Yeah.
And I ended up staying there for 6. And then I went on to General Hospital for 7. And as World Turns for 6.
Right.
And then back here since 2006, pretty much. So
Right.
it became a lifestyle. And
Right.
I really like working. I like having a job like everybody. Like
Yeah.
I like being like a baker. I like going
Yeah.
into work. And
Yeah.
and now that our kids are grown, I really like it.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't know what I'd be doing.
Are you still doing your blog?
Yes.
You're baking?
Yes,
She's a baker.
plankblog.com, yes.
Yes, so make sure you go and check it out.
Always things going on. And but my daughter is actually an orthodontic resident.
Okay.
And so she tells me that down the road I can work in her office. So I feel okay now. I'm a little
Security.
settled thinking that there'll be something for me to do.
You've got a backup plan.
I have a backup plan.
Yeah.
I think you always should have a backup plan. Reinvent.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. And you said someone's getting married?
My daughter's getting married in the fall, and I have a grandbaby. I have a grandbaby due in July, and we were just saying that Grandma Mary Beth is a very difficult thing, and so we were all talking, and here she said I should be Mabu, which I think is a really good name.
Mabu.
I think I'm gonna pass that around.
Mabu.
Grandma Mary Beth.
You
is
need to go grab
mouthful.
the Twitter handle now.
Oh,
Before
Mabu.
someone else
Twitter
does.
and weeknights.com, everything.
Mabu, get on that. Someone's asking if you know, how is Peggy McKay doing?
Stephen and I think we posted some pictures on Instagram. Stephen and I went to see her, and she's such a doll.
Yeah.
And she wanted him to bring his harmonica.
Right.
And he did a whole thing for her, and it was just adorable. And then she did the Mama Brady rap thing for me.
Oh,
and
that's so great.
she's just a doll. She's so sweet. And she said, she's doing well.
Yeah. I feel like was not this past Day of Days. She was at one of the ones I was at.
I don't think anybody's seen her for a year or two.
Yeah.
She was at we were talking about the book signing at the Grove. She was there.
Yeah. So I think that
2 years ago?
that was the first Day of Days that I was at as press, because she came up and we did interview her, and she was just.
She's the best.
Such a
and she's
spitfire.
even now you go to see her in her house, and there's an Emmy, and I don't think it's for days actually, but there's an Emmy there, and she is seriously like an actress to the end.
Yeah.
And she's so cool. I said to her, why she never got married, because she never was married. And she said that she was raised Irish Catholic, and that she just thought it was forever if you did it. And I thought she made me
I
laugh.
never knew
She's
that.
very cute. Yeah, very cute.
Yeah.
I love her.
Oh,
Caller.
great! One more caller. Let's do one more caller. Caller, your audition day is. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Julie from Georgia.
Hi,
Julie
Julie.
from Georgia.
I have a question for Mary Beth.
Okay.
Yes.
You and Stephen are such good friends in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to play the angry scenes?
No. No, it's not. No, it's not. And you know what? We're both so committed to doing this, and we're so committed to our characters, and we spend a lot of time in our dressing room, like running the scenes over and over again, and telling saying, oh wait, maybe you feel like that, or maybe that's the thing, or whatever. So we just we work really well collaboratively together. And so, no, I don't have a problem being mad at him. All the things, I wouldn't do that stuff with my husband, but I love doing it to him.
Right.
Because I can.
The Joey things, the Joey scenes were just so powerful.
Yeah.
And
I was upset from the minute I walked in the door every day. I was just upset.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was, it would be so tragic for this to happen. So my Mama Bear stuff really came out. It was a good arc for us as actors. It was good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, and I will see you in New York.
Great. Super. Gosh, I'm going.
Yes.
It's going to be good. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Well, I think that's all we have time for.
I know. I see your little
It's
clock
checking
ticking.
down.
I had to talk faster.
I know, right? All right,
Thank
let's
you.
go around and everybody tell everybody where they can find you on the social media.
The social medias.
Because
okay.
that's how the world goes these days.
So you can follow me on Twitter at Tami Goveia, Instagram official Tami Goveia.
Official. Tami Goveia. I am not official. However, you can find me on Twitter at MLMattis1, and then on Instagram, MLMattis without the one.
We have a harder time remembering our Twitter handles than we do Days of Our Lives character names.
I'm so tired. Is it marybeth.evans for Instagram, and Twitter is
Marybeth_Evans1.
Thank you.
A little help from the side.
I don't look and see what I'm called.
Is mine? No, I'm kidding. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE. And if you want to know why it's Lorraine Love, Google her. All right. Thank you so much.
Fun time, everybody.
Great time. And we will see you guys soon next week. See you next week.
Thank you. Fun. See you. Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Okay, now.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.